Feel the magic under Keely's light. Hook in hand, we're gonna start today. Hook in love will show the way.
Hello, it's Keely Robertson from Hooking Love, and this week's stitch of the week is the star stitch. A really pretty stitch. It is also known as, well, it's mainly known as the Marguerite stitch, but you will hear it called the star stitch and sometimes the daisy stitch. Now this is the 5-point star stitch, which is why you also would call it a star stitch. You will sometimes find these with 4 points rather than 5, and you'll still hear it called the Marguerite or the daisy stitch, but this is a 5-point one. So just in case you see one slightly different, this is what we're doing. So this is our stitch of the week. Now to make the Marguerite stitch or the star stitch, and sometimes known as the daisy stitch, you are going to need multiples of 2, and each multiple of 2 creates 1 stitch. So I have done 16 chains, so that's 8 of the actual stitches. We're now going to add another 4, so we're chaining 1 and then another 3. So if you were doing this as part of your plan, you are doing multiples of 2 plus 1 for the first stitch plus 3 to get us started. So multiples of 2 plus 4 in order to get the right number of stitches. I mean, otherwise just do multiples of 2 and you'll get there, won't you? So we are going to start then by missing this first loop and going into this second loop, and we are going in and we're just drawing up loops to start off with. So I'm drawing up 1 into the next one, drawing up a loop, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I should have 6 loops on my hook. Now I'm pulling that slightly higher, and that second one in is slightly higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So far so good. Yarn over, pull through all 6. And now we're going to chain 1. And this then becomes, just getting some more yarn, sorry. This then becomes the centre of that stitch. So the centre of that little star or flower, whichever way you want to call it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go into there and draw up a loop, in through here to draw up a loop in the bottom of the stitch. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going into these next 2. So let me do it so you can see what we're doing. Once you get the gist of this, this is a nice easy stitch to do. So I'm going into the centre and I am pulling a loop and just drawing that loop up through. I'm going between those 2 stitches, or I'm going into the left leg of this last spike that's been made, whichever way you want to do it, and I'm drawing up a loop. And then going into the last chain worked and drawing up a loop. And then I'm going into the next 2 spaces and drawing up a loop. 1 and 2. And again, those 2 just slightly higher. Yarn over, pull through all, and chain 1 again. And this is what we do then on every one of them. So let's do the next one together. So we're going into the centre loop where the chain 1 space is made. We're going either between those 2 stitches or into that left leg, whichever you prefer, and again drawing up a loop. We're going into the last chain worked and drawing up a loop, and then the last 2 again, try and just make them just a little bit longer, and then yarn over and pull through all and chain 1. We're going to do this all the way along now. Now we're coming up to our very last one, so making it exactly the same. I'm going to chain one just to finish and then we'll have a look at this. So this is what we have. So you can see you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as I say, I did 16 chains for those 8. Then I added the 1 and the 3, and then that's what that's given us. So we'll move on then, and we'll have a look at row 2. So round 2, you're going to chain 3, and you want to do this fairly loosely because you're going to be working in these loops. So 2 and 3, and then turn. So you're going to skip the first one, but you're going to need this later, and you're going to work in that one and pull through, and that one and pull through, and then you're going to make loops in the next 2. So this is the chain 1 hole that was made from the last stitch, and then the top of the stitch, and again into the next one, and again pull through all of those and chain 1, and that's our first star stitch this way round. Now we're going to do the same thing again now, so we're going to go into the chain 1 space, draw up a loop. We're going to go into that side section there and pull up a loop. We're going to go back into the stitch that was worked into, and then the next 2. So 1, 2, yarn over and pull through them all and chain 1. So again into that first chain 1 space and up into the first leg, into the base of the last one worked, and then into the next 2. And chain 1. And again we repeat that, and other than at the end, it's all the same as it was for row 1 now, except instead of chains, you are going into stitches. Okay, so this is where we're up to. I'll show you the back in a second. I'm going to do the same again now, slightly different at the end, so let's just do the last one together. So this is all the same. That's the last actual space there, that's last stitch. So what you're actually going to do is you're going to work into the top of that chain 3 that was done previously, yeah? So that's one of the reasons you don't want it to be too tight. I'll pull through all, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6. Chain 1, and then we're ready to chain 3 again and start again. So this is what it looks like back and front. So this is the star stitch as is. I'm going to do a few more rows and I'll come back. There is a way of making it look more sort of fully sort of star shaped. To be fair, it does look nice. So let me go back and show you a few more rows when I've done them, and then I'll talk about what you could do potentially. Now I have come to the end, and I have done a few more rounds of or rows of the star stitch, Marguerite stitch, whatever you want to call it. And you can see it works up very prettily. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but it does need to be loose where I said it was needing to be loose. So even though I've been trying to be loose with it, it still has tightened up a little bit from the base row. Very, very pretty stitch. Would work in many different ways. I can see this in, again, I can see this in a washcloth, but also like something like a bottle holder, you know, like a water bottle holder in cotton, and I think that would look really pretty, and it would definitely be strong enough for something like that, or a bag. You may decide you want to line it, but again, it's still quite a strong piece of fabric once it's worked up. I did mention that there were other ways to finish it off. I think it's very pretty as it is. I mean, I'm turning it backwards and forwards, and you can see you have a star all the way around. It's on both sides, so it is reversible. It would be hard. You'd be hard pressed to work out which side was which. Hard pressed to work out which side was up and down, wouldn't you? If we're honest. So I don't know if you want to do any of the others. People would use something like a moss stitch potentially, or a half double. That's US terms, but this is the stitch as is. So hope you enjoy it. Let me know how you get on. Please do subscribe for weekly stitch videos, and as ever, happy hooking.